Hey everybody, today we've got the cleaning and servicing of this LAU box fan in a bluish teal color. It's quite rusty, but I'm going to leave this original paint on here. We might repaint the guards. I don't know if it's supposed to be white, but I don't really know what color scheme I want to do, but it does need some repainting. So we're either going to do the guards white and leave the body how it is. I don't really know. Maybe I'll try white first, and if I don't like it, I'll just paint over it like the white was a primer. The guard has this cool snap-on system here. Very easy to clean. This is the part I'm scared for right here. Actually, my bad. You know what I forgot to freaking do? There's a screw in one of the blades for some reason. Maybe that's why it's so out of balance. I forgot to do it before. It needs to be re-varnished. I need to order some varnish. Because, listen to this motor. Powerful. It runs very well, minus the shake. It draws a ton of power. I think it's 3.3 amp motor, something like that. It's an old Fastco motor. Very good spin down on it. It runs pretty good, but obviously it probably hasn't been oiled in like its whole life. So we're gonna do that today and get it running like this. We're gonna throw a new cord on there too, and probably a new head wire. I believe it's a speed coil being used for the speeds. But yeah, let's see how easily or not this. Oh nice, I have the right size key. Let's see how easily or not this blade is gonna come off. Hopefully it's easy, but I do have the bearing puller on hand if needed. The blades look a much lighter color than the rest of the fan. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get the bearing puller out. This thing is like $13. It's a good investment. I've used it so many times. Like on that stupid Lakewood fan. That was a nightmare. I thought that blade was going to break the whole time. Alright. With this thing on here now, it's coming off much easier. Should be pretty close to coming off there. I don't know why there's a screw in this blade. I'll probably just pull it the rest of the way off. Oh yeah. That's kind of a small shaft on there. Or maybe the motor's just huge. It's not very dirty. It's pretty clean, all things considered. There's your motor. It's here without the blade here, how crappy it sounds. It's very quiet. Probably just reverberates like crazy through the blade. So we do need to sand this down. I have some sandpaper over here. Gotta sand the shaft before I pull it out. so that it doesn't mess up the bearings. Let's zoom in on that. They're definitely running dry. So look at the spin down time on even like just the motor. Very good. This should clean up pretty good. At least it'll run good after. Yeah, it definitely needs a new head wire. This is, let's see. Is that in frame? Can we see that there? Yeah. Look at this. It's all like calcified, or not, it's fossilized wire. Okay, so that's all we can do on the front. There's a lot of rust in there. Probably gonna have to get the wire wheel on the drill thing and go over this with a wire wheel. The back guard actually is in much nicer shape than the one that was on the front, and it also has a logo. Look at it side by side. I think I'll just not paint anything, and we'll flip the guards around. Maybe one day I'll repaint this. Maybe not. It is very difficult to get this system started, but once you have it started, it's pretty easy. Looks like it was used on like a house project. It's got some drywall dust in there, it looks like. Does this thing just not sit flat? No, it does. When I saw this thing at the store, I knew I had to have it. Okay. Quite interesting motor mount here. That's cool. So I'm gonna lay it down on the desk here. And we're gonna remove these bolts that hold the motor onto this mount here. Those are solid. Let's see if the right size. Oh, nice, it is. Oh, it's got a lock washer on there, that's why. Yeah, it was originally this like nice, it was very nice tealish color. I really like. Maybe, I think we will probably repaint this. Because I do really like this fan, I want it to be in good shape. Get these weird wire mount things here. Just pieces of metal wrapped around the wires. They come off pretty easy though. I'm just gonna, there's extra, oh, that's a grommet. There's a, I thought it was extra wire coming out of that box up there. But it's just, old grommet, I guess. The motor paint is in pretty good shape at least. At least we have a pretty motor that's heavy. Okay, there's one more of those wire clip things. I need my flathead. That's out. It's outside right now, in the garage, I think. Maybe it's back in the other room. I really don't know. I know it's in my bedroom because I just did the Casablanca installation. Yeah, look at this wire. It's all crumbling. Yeah, that definitely needs to be replaced. So we'll do that. It had feet on here at one point, and now they're just metal nubs. I don't know if they can be removed. Maybe. We'll try that. So there's a lot of things we need to do to this fan. We're going to replace the cord. I'll just go ahead and snip that off here real quick. I have plenty of vintage extension cords that I can use. And then that box up there has 2 flathead screws. So I'm going to go grab my screwdriver and we'll get to work. Whoa, look at that. It's been a couple days since I worked on this fan. I just went to the Home Depot to buy this vintage teal paint, which is perfect. The color match is not the best, but whatever. It looks pretty cool. So before we paint, there's some prep work I have to do. I'm gonna just sand the blades instead of wire wheel them because the paint's not in bad shape. It's just rusty and miscolored. I did get that thing out of there, so that's good. But we gotta drill out all these rivets. I have new rivets, so we're good there. But I gotta drill the ones that are in there out, and I left all the stuff that I need to do that upstairs, so I'm gonna go get it. It's here. I'm excited to get this fan restored. Nice, the drill works. That's always good. Here's the drill bits. I think we'll go with a 732 bit. Yeah, that's good. These are so easy. Look, see how easy that was? Just broke it right off. Alright, now we gotta see how easy this is gonna come apart. Hopefully pretty easily. I don't think it's gonna be that easy. This piece is moving, but the rivets are like still in place, so we're gonna I need to drill them out more. If I have to drill them out more, then we're gonna use a smaller bit. I'm gonna use a 3/16. Yeah, it's like the exact size. Still not coming off. Maybe we gotta like get a wrench on it. Maybe I'll try getting these blades off first while I'm waiting on that. See how much easier that was? They painted this all as one piece before. Here's the blade. That's a big piece of metal. 2 more blades to remove. rivets are still in there, but those should be easy enough to remove. The only piece that, I don't know what I was trying to say right there, but, I might strip all these pieces separately and then paint them together so the rivets get painted as well. I don't know. I don't think I did these ones out enough. Got it. There are now 3 blades on the floor. And here's a spider. Pretty sure that's what these pieces are called. It looks pretty cool. Maybe I'll try the 7/32 bit again. Sorry about that. This should be coming out soon. There we go. It's got like a rubber gasket piece on here. Awesome. Here's that piece. Here's the spider. Pretty thick steel piece. Remove the old rivets. There we go. Oh, look at that. There's even an alignment tool. Even though there's nowhere to align it to on the inside. Whatever. Nice. Alright, let's see how easy these rivets come out of the blades. Quite easily. Here's what the blade looks like. Very flat profile except this scoop here near the motor. Alright, the whole blade is ready for painting. We're going to prepare everything that can be prepared right now so that all I have to do is paint. Because I'm going to have to be taking a break soon. I'm going to install shelves in somebody's garage. Depending on which guard looks better, I will, oh yeah, I'm also still torn about if I want to do white guards to match the logo or if I want to do just the plain teal guards. Very tough decision, actually. Because I have some nice thick gloss white spray paint. And then I have this teal. I didn't even need to use a knife on that. 2 logos, we'll polish those up as well because they are brass. Guards are ready. Get the fan up here. Not yet, actually. Yeah. Remove of some metal flakes. That is the metal flake remover tool. 5 million. It's a piece of plastic, if you couldn't tell. Alright, here's the motor, or the body of the fan. The motor doesn't need to be painted. It's actually in pretty good shape. So, I'm just going to go ahead and pull it out. But before I completely separate it, there's a switch box up in that corner, and that's how we get the wiring out, so I gotta do that first. That was not good. That was barely hanging on for dear life. It's kind of weird that yeah, that's a cool switch. Oh, yeah, but there's some wire nuts in here. That nut on top apparently is the only thing holding this together, so it's got the speed coil is built into the switch, or other way around I should say. It doesn't matter. This one's got a cool UL logo on the side. I think I'll leave this as it is because it looks pretty cool. Actually, no, I can take it apart. I'll probably paint this as well. Try to leave that logo intact so we can get the whole fan or the whole motor taken out. Let's prepare this housing. I'm going to take the handle off. I just had a flathead screwdriver that I could actually use for this kicking around. Of course, it's gone now. I have this one. Oh, I found it. Nice. So we got 2 screws. Those screws might be rusted shut. Try Phillips a bit because they do. It's like a double cross flathead. Now these are definitely meant to take flatheads. I had this giant flathead screwdriver. I just used it like 1 day ago. Of course it's already missing. That's how it works around here. Can never keep track of anything. Let's just try this again, I guess. Nope, we got that one. Those are completely rusted on there. Might be worth looking for replacement screws for those. Oh, come on. Oh, this might be the strap. Hey. Look at that. You know what? Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to replace those screws. The paint looks like it's kind of faded over the years. This is how it currently looks. That's not helpful. You can't see the coloring. This is how it currently looks, and this is what it used to look like. It doesn't match completely, but it matches a lot better. So there is a, I don't know what those things are called. It's like a little push in. I'm gonna flip this over now to get that thing out. I don't know if you can see it from this angle. It's right in there. I don't have a hammer over here. Alright, it's out. Only problem is I don't know where the old piece went. Oh well. That is the badge. It's got all the informations on it. So now it's ready to be painted. It's much lighter without the motor in it. Real quick though, before, I'm just going to take that casing off the speed coil. These old ceramic wire nuts in here. Definitely gonna upgrade those.
You have to tilt it on its side. You're gonna have to move the ping pong table.
I think they're soldered together, I can't tell. Okay, so one of these goes to the motor, one of them goes to the cord. Okay, that's easy enough. Okay, so the motor connects to the switch. I'll make a mark of that real quick. I'll keep the ones wire nutted that go together. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory from there out. Gonna take these two screws, and then the whole speed coil comes out of there. I don't know if that means September of 1977, but it says 1077 on there. So there's your speed coil system. So yeah, we're going to take this piece and the handle, obviously, and the rest of the metal pieces outside. And we're going to go ahead and paint them. Alright, so we're just going to take this sander to the whole outside of the cabinet, and then I have a wire wheel for my drill for the inside of it. But this piece of sandpaper is really old and probably won't last that long, so I have a new piece if I need it. But we're going to start with this one and see how far we get. a fan. This is the modern equivalent of this LAU. Okay, now I've got some paper towel and some wipes, and we're just going to clean off the outside of it. And it is silky smooth. There's no rough spots on the sides of this cabinet anymore. Which is exactly what I was hoping for, because now the paint is going to stick very well. Alright, now we gotta do the inside here. Alright, now I've got the wire wheel on the drill, and we're gonna finish off the bottom of this cabinet. Alright, we're done with smoothing out this cabinet, so we can go ahead and paint it. I forgot the last thing we need to do is to give it a wipe down. I'll move it over to the painting plywood over here. Oh yeah. I'm excited to see this color. See if I picked out a good one or not. Actually looks better like this than it did before, if I'm gonna be honest. There is some rust that I couldn't get out, and really nothing is gonna be able to get that out. It's in such a tight spot, and I don't want to like make welds to this. I don't feel like doing that, because I would have to ask my grandpa to do it, because he has a welder, and he lives about 12 hours away from me, so not really worth it. And it'll look just as good anyways. It'll just be a little crunchy looking where the paint goes over the welds, or over the rusts, but that's fine. Alright, I'm gonna go grab the paint, and we're gonna paint this thing. Okay, I've got the fan going, and we're gonna see how this paint looks. I think I'm gonna like it a lot, actually. So let's get started. And it will dry, it'll dry matte, so I'm gonna have to do a layer of gloss on top of it, but that's fine. If anything, I like doing layers of gloss over flat finishes. It gives it a little bit of depth. I'm really liking this color. I think it's gonna look really good. We're gonna hit all these spots from the back as well. I might go back and order another can of this. I want to do one of my vintage desk fans. That Basco Arctic Air that I got. I think this color would look really good on it as well. And hit the inside lip of the back of the fan. I think I might leave the inside matte. I'm not too sure yet what I want to do about that. Oh, there's still some dust in there. Dang it. Next time I do this, I gotta do a better job about getting the dust out. It's getting dark out here. It's only like 3 o'clock. Probably gonna have to do 2 coats. I hope not. That looks insane. I love this paint. It looks really good. Very good color choice. Turn this up to medium. getting fumey. At least we're getting the biggest piece of it done. Okay, so now we just gotta wait for this cabinet to dry on this half, and we can flip it over later. I think that looks really good. I'm really happy with that color. Okay, so while the cabinet is drying, I also just realized I might be out of gloss paint, which could be bad, but it's not the end of the world. I can just get some more. But while the paint is drying, I just realized this has oil ports. So maybe this did get regularly serviced. I don't know. But the varnish is also on the way. So while this is getting serviced, it's kind of out on the desk. So I gotta wait for the varnish to get here. Bless me. We gotta replace the head wire on this too. I'm gonna do that before I varnish it because I want to varnish all the like zip ties and stuff that need to hold down the new head wire. I need to varnish all that stuff together. I don't know what we're gonna use for head wire. I have an extension cord that's gonna be the new cord for this because it's like that same thin, flexible 70s wire, but it's actually flexible still. This, I'm guessing, is where you're intended to open it up from, because we can just do this. There might be two, there's not. So we have to do the old, oh, it's already apart. Oh man, look at that. Look at that for an oil pour, that's how you do it. Straight down the side. This is an example of a good fast go motor. Look at all that lube. Plenty of oil on there still, that's great. I might have put some in here, I don't remember. I don't think so though. Don't need to paint the motor. It's in good enough shape. Oh yeah, this thing's got hours on it. Look at that. Look at how thick the varnish on this motor is. Unfortunately, it's all for nothing because it's cracking apart right here. There's missing varnish. Look at that. Look at how thick that layer is. It's so thick that it's just like cracking off. So that sucks. Hopefully it still works fine, because that just happened when I opened the fan up. Hopefully she still runs okay. Dude, this is like, I might not be able to get this out without damaging it. I mean, I see where the wires are coming in, but look at how thick. Oh, okay, bet. Yeah, we can get that out. All good. Nothing to worry about. Here's the old wire. Just look at this. No good. I have a couple vintage extension cords. I just found some brown wire the other day. Let me go grab it. Here it is. It's like a modern extension cord. Same brown color, so we're going to put this in here. Okay. I'm gonna get this other side unearthed without damaging the motor. This is a serious motor right here. And it's a weird size too, so hopefully everything goes according to plan. Because the motor is just a standard like Macmillan size, except the shaft is fairly small, which is weird. There's not a lot of lead off of this one, but this one has plenty of room to work with. It doesn't even look like it's soldered. Well, maybe it is on the end. Yeah, that's what that is. I'm going to go ahead and cut that right where it connects to the lead. Try to do the same thing with this. There's much less slack on this one. Clean it off some, it's quite dirty. I'm gonna get all the varnish off the end of it too. So I'm really not gonna run this until I get that new varnish in. This might be a challenge to get this out of here, this old head wire. Because like I said, it's varnished straight to these windings. Let's see. Pulling on it's not gonna work. There's like no space in between these windings. These are really thick windings. There might be some paint on the back of these as well. That sucks. That's definitely not meant to come apart for sure. Where's my X-Acto knife? I'm gonna try to just eat away at this weird lump of whatever they're sandwiched into. I think it's just a clump of varnish. That's crazy. I thought I had it. It's not working. We are kind of halted right now. See if kind of trying to split this thing down the middle would work. There's enough room to get this screwdriver all the way through. I see light at the end of it. I think it's moving. Well, maybe we have to pull it out from the front. I got one of the wires out. Just the wire from it. The casing is still in there. No, the whole case came out with that one. Okay, so now it's just a matter of cleaning out all this junk in here. Not too sure what this stuff is. Probably like that insulating tape. Okay, so on the list to get here very soon is spray on varnish, and I'm going to add compressed air to it so we can get this cleaned up. Because just blowing on it with my eyes closed is not a sufficient fix. So here are the two leads. We're going to solder the new head wire onto that. All that mess came out of the motor. Okay, let's go. Let's get this wire stripped here. I just recently found my wire strippers and I brought them downstairs and I lost them again. Which sucks. This is like the same gauge wire that was in here before, it looks like. So that's good. I should have the soldering gun. Yep, it's right up here. And the wire is right here. So let's get this thing plugged in. This is one of the most intensive box fan. What happened to the knob on that? It's gone. The knob on my soldering gun is missing. It happened on my other one too. What the heck? I don't see it over here anymore. I'll have to like put a screw in there or something. Hey, that'll work. Alright. Let's feed this wire up through that opening. Just barely twist these together at the ends of them so we can get all the way through here. Before this, the most intensive box fan restoration I've ever done was Alaska Cool Colors. And it was because it came from a smoker home. Also with pet hair. So that was fun. It was terrible. I hated it. Okay, so we have the wires up like that. And then we'll we'll probably use the shrink wrap or the heat. I don't know what it's called. I think it's shrink wrap, but it just, you heat it up and it shrinks around the wires. I have to order some of that. Very handy, but not when you don't have any of it. Alright, there we go with that side. This side, there's less wire to work with. Alright, there we go. It is all rewired. Thank God this is a single speed motor that uses a speed coil, or else that would be horrendous to rewire. There'd be like 5 wires coming out of here. And I would have just left the original one. See, that says dirty. I'm not sure. Probably this side is the noisy side, which sounds stupid, but you can't see that same buildup of varnish on here. On this side, obviously, it's like super thick, except for that spot where it broke. But on this side, there's like nothing there anymore. So it is definitely the right thing to do to revarnish this. And then I'm going to have to get that shrink wrap on there as well. So we'll have to order some shrink wrap for this. And I'm still waiting on the varnish to get here. So that's really the only holdup right now. And also if I'm out of gloss paint, I'll also have to wait on that. But now let's go outside and take a look at that cabinet and see how it's doing. Alright, we're back out here with the cabinet. Let's flip it over. There's a drop. Yeah, that's right enough. It looks really good. We're going to set it down like this now. And we're going to go ahead and spray paint the back. Alright, let's go. Alright, the back was much faster because I didn't have to paint the sides, but we're already done with that. So I'm gonna wait on that to dry, and that's probably gonna be it for today because it's late. It's only like 4, but like I can't really do anything else on this thing until this is dry, because then I can gloss paint it and put the motor back in and all that good stuff. So that's gonna be it for today, and I'll come back tomorrow when everything is done. So I'll see you then. I found this, it's gloss. I accidentally ordered some, so we have extra gloss, but we're gonna go ahead and start putting the gloss coat on the cabinet here. I don't know if I'm gonna do the inside or not. It doesn't really need it, but why not? So Oh, I put it on a bit thick right there. I really am going slow with this because if I put this stuff on bad, then there's no going back. I'm only gonna do this on inside ring here. Just really everything in the front and like the outside. Alright, and now we can do the sides. I'm very nervous to do the sides because I want it to look really good. We're going to start with the bottom here so we can get a bit of practice on it. It's kind of hard because I can't really see it, you know? Oh yeah. It's working. Don't need a lot either. This stuff is called like triple glaze, so it's like the 2x thickness paint, but it's 3x. This color looks amazing too. I might bring the camera up here and close just so I can have the light of it shine on the cabinet. And also because you don't need to see from that far away. So the strat is just go lightly from far away and it works. I'm going to take the light up close. Is it glossy yet? I think I need a little tiny bit more. Not much at all. Okay. We're all good there. This top is what I'm really nervous for because that's what you're going to see. And I want it to look really good. So I'm going to put the tripod in ultra short mode for this, and we're going to have it right up next to me. And I made up my mind, we're going to do the guards white. Alright, here we go. I've got the fan right behind me too. Dude, that looks so good. See, you barely need anything, and it just works. There is some drippage, but I mean, I don't really care, if I'm being honest. This fan was not meant to be nice, brand new. It was meant to work. All things were like that back in the day. Everything just worked. Let's get this side. And then we're done with the cabinet. Well, until I can do the front side. Oops. I'm not sure if I like buying the gloss paint or doing an extra layer of just clear gloss on top of it, because we're basically clear coating it right now. It looks really good. I'm very happy with that. That turned out great. And it's probably a good thing that I ordered more gloss, because we're probably going to be out of this stuff pretty soon. Alright, so we got to wait for that layer of gloss to dry, and then we can go ahead and paint the front side, that circle on the front and all that, and then we'll be done with the cabinet. Alright, it's currently the same day. Due to it being so warm out, I can actually finish the cabinet today, which is awesome. We just got to do gloss around that sink of the crap from this wood that I'm painting on top of stuff in this. Only on the top of this, that's fine. But we gotta do this border here and just these inside corners, and then we'll be done. There is some drippage on the top, but it's not too bad, so I don't really mind that. The sides look really good though, so that's good at least. I don't really think I need to do a gloss in there. I like how that looks. Yeah, it turned out very nice. I'm really happy with the cabinet. Except for that little spot of rust down there that I couldn't get to with the Y-wheel, but you can barely see that anyway, so I don't really mind it. And this piece now just needs to dry, and then we'll be all done with it. Yeah, this is kind of impossible to film, but that's the guard. We're gonna wire wheel this just straight on the ground, and we're gonna paint it white. Yeah, I'm not trying to strip it completely, just get it smooth. Kind of hard to do with a wire wheel, but we'll try our best. I'm going to try the different attachment because it's very difficult with that other one. I think this one, unfortunately, is the one we're going to have to use. Which I don't like it. Actually, doing it on a high speed like that is quite easy. Okay, I finished stripping the old paint off of this side. I didn't bother with the back because I'm lazy. But on the one that's actually facing the front, where you can see the inside of it, I will paint the back of that one. Or strip the back of that one and all that good stuff. I never like painting guards because there's so much empty space that's not getting painted. Okay, that's one of the guards. Okay, so my phone decided to die on me and not save any of the footage that I took. So, that's awesome. But I painted all the blades, and the gloss coat has been added to that and that. I'm gonna wait for the new can of gloss to come in for the blades because I don't want it to look splotchy. So yeah, and then also have to do that grill still. I'm not gonna film that because it's incredibly boring. But this is how the badge and this guard came out. And then that's how the handle looks. So yeah. Alright guys, so I'm gonna be drilling out the rivets for the old bearings because this is like completely jam-packed full of ancient grease, and it was running smooth before. I'll give it that, but it definitely needs to be cleaned out. Like, look at that. So there's 4 rivets around here, and we're just gonna drill those out. Alright, got the drill. We're gonna use the 5/32 drill bit. See how easy that was? Yeah. The oil wick port, whatever thing, is quite gummed up as well. Thankfully, the wick seems to be pretty clean. It's just got on top of it, there's a bunch of grease. And that gives me an opportunity as well to clean out behind the bearing, like in that little divot there. So this is what I have to do to my Galaxy by Lasco, or not my Galaxy by Lasco, to my old 3733, because the bearings in that thing are just full of old oil. That one's kind of being difficult to get out. That one came out. Okay. Got all of them out. Cleaned up the back of the motor too, and I think it looks pretty good. It doesn't really match the new paint, but I'm only leaving these 2 pieces the original color because why not? So the motor's ready, or the plate is ready. Now let's work on cleaning up the actual pieces of the bearing. My desk is a mess. We got all the different parts from the fan strewn across it. Let's see. We gotta roll up a paper towel here and stuff it through the bearing. We'll clean the inside of it out. And we got this piece, which is 2 pieces. And this doesn't have to be perfectly clean because it's just going to get all oily again. But I don't want it to look like it did before because it was atrocious. And they're still making them look like this today. That is one from a just cheap China motor. So we gotta clean out this piece up here. And we gotta get all this old grease off of here. That just got pushed out onto the front. Ew. Ew. That one's not doing us any good. Look at that. So clean. We gotta feed like a wire or something through this to get that cleaned out, but I don't know what I will use. I have some like little steel wire that would probably work pretty well. Let me go grab that. It's actually solder wire, I didn't know that, but it's like flossing. Oh, I wish I could do this. I wish I had compressed air. If I did, then we would just like stick the nozzle in here. It is pretty clear now though, so I'm happy with that. So let's go ahead and put the thing back together. Oh, I haven't cleaned this piece. Oops. Why does my dad talk so loud? You can hear him right now. No, I need that. I'm gonna clean these too before I put it back together, but these are the thrust washers. Some of them. Okay. The bearings have now been cleaned of all the old nasty grease that was in there. So we can reassemble it. Woohoo! This is how it goes together. And try to line it up where the oil wick originally was in it. There we go. So look how much better that looks. Look how clean that is. And now, save these off to the side, flip this over so it's clean. And find the oil wick hole, or the oil porthole, my bad. And I gotta go. Actually, I have rivets right here. Maybe I don't know if they're the right size or not, but let's check. Bronze rivets. Oh, nice. They are, in fact, the right size. I really recommend this rivet gun. Are these the crap rivets? Are these the bad ones? They might be. I don't know, hopefully this bearing goes together. This one didn't even work. These might be the crappy ones. I mean, it seems to be going back together correctly. I don't know, if we put the fan back together and it works like crap and makes stupid bearing sounds, I blame these rivets. I'm gonna clean off this motor shaft now. Even more thrust washers on there. Oh boy. These thrust washers are all disgusting. Alright, now we gotta clean, oh boy, all of these thrust washers. Or maybe only these top two. Because, I mean, actually, we'll just clean the sides of these. Like, not separate them out. Oh, that one broke. Oh well. This one broke too. That's not good. I don't have any of these on hand, so hopefully it can run missing two thrust washers on the rear bearing. Or maybe I can move one up from the front, but I don't really want to switch pieces around. At least this one is turning out pretty good. Beautiful. Before I put that on, because that one's all clean, we're going to clean off the shaft one last time. Okay, let's get that put in there. And put 1 drop of oil on there. That's a big drop. Yeah, but first I gotta oil up the wick. Perfect. Yeah, I think the bearing will be fine. Let's just put it in and oh yeah. Did any thrusties get, yeah, a lot. Look at all the washers that got stuck to the front of this thing. You know what? This front one is very clean. I don't think I have to do the same process for this. This one looks extremely clean inside of it, considering the age. And again, because I'm lazy, I'm only going to clean the very front thrust washer. And also because I don't want to risk breaking any of these other ones because they started falling apart. So that sucks, but we're just going to put that like that. Very nice. So that one's ready. And for the front motor cover, set that aside real quick. We're just gonna And also, I don't really need to take this rear one apart because I can just pull the paper towel all the way through the bearing with no restrictions. It looks very good. This motor actually cleaned up pretty nicely. If the whole rest of this fan was in this condition, like the paint was when I got it, then I would have kept it. But unfortunately, it was pretty far gone. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Now we can go ahead. I'm just leaving this thing put together for right now so I can get time to, like, I don't know, lubricate and get used to actually having oil in it. Last thing we gotta do though, this desk is a disaster right now, but the last thing we gotta do is stick a paper towel into the bearing. I'm gonna clean out this little groove in the front here. It's got old grease in it. Nice. Let's put some new oil in there. Look at that. This thing is gonna work so well. So this is the state of the motor right now. The bearings are fully serviced and doing good, and I'm just waiting on the varnish to get here to do the stator. Okay, so it's currently like 10 o'clock at night. I most definitely could have done this earlier, but I was too lazy, and I'm too lazy to bring out the tripod right now. I got the gloss paint, so we're going to go ahead and give a nice glossy coat to these blades, and then we'll be done with painting. Okay, so that took me all of about 30 seconds. These are going to look good, man. They're super shiny. It's kind of hard to get it to pick up with the phone camera. Let's see if, oh yeah, there you go. These are going to look real good. Alright, so I'm going to come back tomorrow at like 5 in the afternoon, because that's when I'm actually free. And we're going to put the blade together. Okity dokity, it's the same night. I just finished painting the blades with a nice glossy coat outside, and I also got these in, which is shrink wrap goodies. So we're gonna put the shrink wrap stuff around these wires. I really should have done this before, but whatever. It'll do just fine. So I'm gonna put one of these on each of these here. I got a lighter. Got a lady on duty. So let's go ahead and shrink it up. I don't know how one invents this, but good invention. I really like it. And that'll get zip tied down and varnished into the windings. Very good. don't want to burn the wires, obviously. Alright. I gotta find my scissors. Because once those are dry, or not dry, once those are not, I swear I just used a pair like today. Whatever, I have an X-Acto knife with a busted blade on it. Yep, just like that. And I'll get me a zip tie and we'll tie it down right there and varnish all this stuff. Then it'll be protected for eons to come. Please just get scissors to do this. Don't be stupid like I am and do it with a busted X-Acto knife. Alright, I'm gonna go grab some zip ties. Alright, we have zip ties now. Those shrink wrap things are gonna last me forever. Very handy thing to have, might I add. Especially if you do motor work a lot or just any electrical work. That stuff really tidies things up. Keeps it looking and working good. Where are my scissors, man? Come on, I could really use them. I guess we'll use this. It's a multi-tool. It's got clippers built into it. I just need to be not lazy and actually clean up my shop here so I can find stuff again. The motor cover should go on there just fine. That shouldn't be in the way. And it's just plastic. It is not in the way, and we're all good. Let's get one on here real quick, and then I'm gonna go take a shower and go to bed. I've been working on videos all day long. But it's fun, so all good. Very nice. That's all varnished, or not varnished. It's not varnished yet. It will be soon. Varnish should be getting here like tomorrow, I think. I'll just make sure the motor cover can fit on there real quick. It doesn't matter what side that is, but I'm just going to use the front one because it's available. So, just to ease my mind, yeah, it fits. Alright. And the motor's already been serviced, so literally the only thing I'm waiting on for this whole project is paint to dry and varnish to arrive, and then we can put this beautiful beast back together. Alright, the blades are all dry. They look incredible. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So let's go ahead and rivet them back together. There's this one small hole in this one that I didn't bother filling in. It's just, whoever owned this before, like, put a weight on it, I guess, but it threw it off balance. Hopefully it's not horribly out of balance. These are like copper rivets. I think they actually look pretty cool. I bought them to use on a brass fan blade, and then I realized I couldn't get the old ones out, so I just had 100 of these sitting around for a while. But I think it is the correct size for like every ceiling or every desk fan blade. Because everything that I've used, I didn't bother painting the back of the blades. I didn't want to use the rest of that paint. I don't know why. But you're not going to be able to see it, and now there's only like 3 things I didn't paint. Oh boy. Just to get a slight sense from where the fan came from, because I did completely change it. I do love how it looks now, don't get me wrong. Okay. This is a very good tool. It was only $9 on Amazon, and it came with a bunch of rivets as well. Then I have the normal colored rivets, the like stainless steel ones, holding the spider together. Alright, we got 2 more. And then I'm going to be done with the painting, and I just need to varnish the motor. Oh, come on. That's happened one other time as well. It's good enough, I guess. That stinks. That's what I get for buying the cheap rivets, I guess. What the heck? Why is it not working in the rivet gun? Okay, I guess there's just something stuck in there. There we go. I've only had one other one do that, and I'm not sure what I was working on, but it was quite annoying. Let's see this here. We got the shaft and the motor housing. I'm very curious to see it spin, so we're gonna pop it on here real quick. It's pretty centered. Looks really good. There we go. The back looks a bit funky, but you're not gonna see the back, you're gonna see the front, and the front looks beautiful. I've patiently waited about a week for this varnish to get here. It has finally arrived. And I'm very excited. Bro, no, I don't care. Yeah, there we go. I've never varnished anything before, so hopefully this goes well. That goes on thick. I have no clue if that was way too much or not. Hopefully not. Okay, so now this is gonna dry outside for a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't rain. I will pull it in if it starts to rain. But yeah. Okay, so while that's drying, we gotta pull out the fan, which is tucked into this hoard of vintage box fans in the corner of this room. We got a 3733 X22 P223, the LAU, and two older 3733s. So let's pull out the LAU, which is what we're working on, if you didn't know. There's that nice logo. Didn't polish up the greatest, but you know, I don't care. And here's the rear one. It's got a couple scratchies on it. I didn't do the best job painting the rear grille, because quite frankly, I didn't care. Okay. And here's the cabinet. You can't see it. There's the cabinet and the blade. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting things back in there. I guess we'll just do it right here, actually. Move all this junk out the way. The blade is currently living in here. I didn't bother painting the back. I'm too lazy. I do have enough paint to do it, but whatever. There's a piece of a broken drumstick in there. Very good. Always have to have that. And here's what I was after. The switch thingy. Switch whatever's thingy. It has these original ceramic wire nuts, but I'm not using those. I should have down here somewhere. I think I know where they are, actually. It's very rare. I never know where any of my stuff is. I guess not. I thought I knew where my wire nuts are, but nope. Oh well, we're gonna use shrink wrap instead of wire nuts because whatever. Okay, we gotta get the new cord, so let me go grab that. I'm pretty excited for this. The new cord is this. It's a vintage extension cord, which I paid $2 for at Goodwill. Look at it, it's gorgeous. This matches what would have been on the fan originally quite well. Some people might hate me for this, but I gotta grab my side cutter pliers. I still don't know where my wire cutters are. They've been missing for a long time, never finding them again. Hopefully, you don't hate me for this. Oh no, I have another one, don't worry. I bought 2. Of course I did. Alright, it's all ready to be installed. Let's just do this. Dang it. There we go. So one of these, oh damn it, I wasn't supposed to take the thing off of here. I wasn't supposed to take off the wire nut. I can't tell, are those all connected in there? I think they are. Okay, so, I think this is where the cord wires into. Hopefully I get this right. Because if not, then, I don't know, maybe it's going to explode. I sure hope not. Alright, so let's start this shrink wrap show. This is the best $8 I've ever spent. Say we go with 2 of these. Do I need 3? I do need 3. Okay, I say we go with 3 of these. Money very well spent. Oh, I need that. It's gonna be the station for me to set things down on, so I don't scratch the new paint. I could have just done this on the workbench, but I'm too lazy to take the fan off of there that I just filmed, so you get this beautiful angle right here. It does cut off a lot of the length to the cord just going up into here, but I don't care. So now we can go ahead and attach these 2 together. Oh no, duh. I have to put a shrink wrappy on it first. Silly me. This might not fit. This wire is all like chewed up and it's not doing it. Okay, I got the clumpy part off of it. Let's try that again. It worked. Alright, nice. So now, grab the trusty lighter, and we can shrink it. Very satisfying step. Alright. Good. That one's all connected. Now I just have to wait for the, what's it called? For the stator to be ready. So I'm going to stop the video here and I'll come back once that is ready to be assembled. Alright, it's been a little more than an hour since I varnished the motor, so we're going to go ahead and put it back together now and hope that this rivet job on the rear bearing suffices. Hopefully it does, obviously. Got the freshly revarnished motor. Hopefully that works good too. It's my first time ever revarnishing a motor. And there are a few more in my collection that I have to do, so hopefully it turned out good. Because if it did, then I'll definitely be doing it again. You know what? Just in case, let's add one more drop of oil. I'm going to line up this front bearing as well. I didn't line up the rear one. There we go. Almost had it first try. There we go. Yeah, I think that should work just fine. Now it's not in the way. There is a specific way that this has to go in. So let's see if I can figure out what it is. Well, yeah, duh. The oil ports line up. I think those bearings are aligned good enough. We're gonna put 3 of these bolts in for now and close up the back. Well, 2 of these I can actually like permanently put back together. One of them I need to wait until I have the cabinet up here, which I don't. Oh shoot, they're different lengths. Oops. I think this is one of the long ones, yeah. So I need to take this one back out and put it across from this one. They're not perfectly lined there. The screws get kind of stuck in there. These ones have to be longer so they can make their way through the thing, the motor support. I don't know what it's called. The motor mount. There we go. Get that threaded on there. Actually, no, this is stupid. I should put it in the cabinet first so that I don't have to take the screws back apart. I already did wire in one of the things. Here's the beautiful cabinet. I already wired in one of the wires to the speed coil. So this isn't going to be the exact same color as the cabinet here, which is fine. I don't really mind. So that mounts right there. Looks very good. And we need a lock washer. I think those are lock washers on the back of each motor support. And I'll tighten that down in a second. There we go. This did kind of get dusty when it was in storage, but it's fine. Okay, last screw. And we'll be all good to test this motor out. I really hope it works. Obviously. It should work fine. I didn't do anything majorly insane to it. All I did was change the head wire, and I gotta trim that cord too, but all I did was change the head wire and varnish it, so shouldn't have any problem there. Obviously, before I wire it into the fan, we're gonna make sure that it works, or wire it into the speed coil. I think it's cool that this uses a speed coil. It's like an ancient capacitor. Capacitor, no. It's a capacitor. Okay, let's test her out. Oh, that's smooth. Excited to see this thing run again. That is so much quieter. Wow. Okay, nice. Perfectly restored, I'd say. That works beautifully now. Trim this wire to a decent length. Let's see, about this length is good. And look at that, extra wire. I'll be sure to throw that somewhere safe to never touch it again. Dang it. The background light isn't plugged in. Oh well. Alright, so we gotta strip this wire. I either need to find my old wire strippers or finally get a new pair because I don't frickin' know where they are. Hopefully the buzzing sound was actually the motor and not the speed coil, because that would be really stupid of me if I did all that work just to find out that the motor was completely fine before and that this buzzy speed coil was the problem. Hopefully that isn't the case. Okay, so one of these wires, and it doesn't matter which one of them goes to the speed coil. Pretty sure it doesn't matter which one. Oh well. One of them goes to the speed coil, and one goes directly to the cord. I've got some shrink wrap over here to make make these connections. I love shrink wrap. This stuff is awesome. Let's see. Okay, that was easy to slip on there. Okay. We just gotta heat it up. Because when you heat it up, it shrinks it. There we go. Now it's all sealed around the wire. Hopefully this one actually fits on here. It's going to be a tight fit. If it doesn't fit, then I can take it off and get a bigger piece. It's going to fit, but it's extremely difficult to get on there. All right. All right, nice. Very good. And all that will be contained inside of this little box here. And this box is contained in the very corner, which I don't have the thing that I need to put that in the cabinet, which is this little bolt right here. That's the only thing that holds this into the frame, which I thought was kind of weird. But I mean, if it works, it works, and this worked perfectly fine before, so I don't have a problem with it. It was very loose before this, so I'm going to try to get it tighter. I'm not sure if that's because it's across there, which I don't think it is. This thing has honestly gotten dirty from sitting in storage so long. Waiting for the stupid varnish to get here. And then also, I just did a bad job spray painting and spray painted some dust into it, which is awesome. It adds character. Alright, that is good right there. And this cord gets sandwiched right there. Okay, and then there's a couple of these cool, I like these pieces, these are really cool. There's two of these little metal strapped pieces, and you just bend them around the wire. Just kind of hook it on the bottom here, and clamp the top one into place. And it works very good. Those are original. Maybe. They probably are. Alright. Get the switch knob up there. And let's test if my wiring was correct. We're going to flip it around. Oh, it's heavy. That motor adds so much weight to this cabinet. Wow. That honestly runs perfect. It's going to have an incredibly long spin down as well. So I know Lamont will enjoy that, because who doesn't love a crazy long spin down? Like, this is just the motor. I haven't even aligned it yet. It is pretty quiet too. Just the motor spins down for that long, which is ridiculous. Now we're actually gonna align the motor, so. Oh man. Dude, this thing's gonna run perfect. You know, look at that. That's crazy. And nice that the rivets on that rear bearing worked, I guess, because it runs with no issues. That looks so good. I don't know if I kept the Allen wrench out that I needed for this. If not, it's in this box of junk. I think I found it. I think this is the right size. Yeah, it is. First time's a charm. Oh boy. Oh my god. That is powerful. Very quiet too. And without that motor buzz, this thing is silent. The stupid hole on the end of the blade is probably causing that whirring noise as it goes around. And it's also in much better balance. I think it's practically in perfect balance. Oh my god. I'll save the full spin down for the end of the video. Or either that or the demonstration. Probably the demonstration, actually. Let's pop these guards on. The paint did get a bit runny in a few spots, which really sucks. Right there. Look at this thing. That looks sick. Let's flip it around. Try not to break my wrist while doing it. This thing is so heavy. This might weigh in the, I don't know actually, maybe the 30s or 40s of pounds. It's a very heavy fan. And here's the rear guard with its lovingly unpolished logo. I just did that so I know which one's front and back. Oh man. Alright, let's take an after look at it. Now let's switch it on. That is insanely powerful. Ah, see, it's even making me lose grip of this. Wow, look at that. I'm not going to show it on all the speeds, but we're going to shut it down now and take a look at that spit down.